it's really fun to explore these things in other ways with other people and just see who you really are, to dream about what you want to create in the world, to actually create it with no purpose whatsoever, but that you enjoyed it, and see what happens. This is Aliveness. I'm your host, Alison Crosthwait, a guide and former psychotherapist, here to empower you to break out of your old patterns, shift into a new state of being, and ignite your aliveness. Are you experiencing a lack of desire and perhaps tension in your relationship as a result? Or maybe you have a deep desire to step out of the life you have created according to the so-called rules, to live a life of more passion and purpose. Maybe you're experiencing a sexual reawakening that is surprising you with its power. If any of these statements describe you, your sexuality is calling you. It's the portal into the next chapter of your life. I invite you to join me for Pleasure as Medicine. Pleasure as Medicine is a free week-long experience of practices and teachings to increase your life force energy, reconnect to your aliveness, and hear what your heart and soul are speaking through your experience of your sexual energy. It's happening June 5th to June 10th, and you can sign up at AlisonCrosswait.com/pleasure. You can win a one-on-one session with me during the Pleasure as Medicine experience, June 5th to 10th. In this session, we can process what's coming up for you and listen to what your body, heart, and soul are saying. To enter, simply leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and take a screenshot of the review before submitting it. Share your review on Instagram stories and tag me, Alison Crosthwait. Even if you're not able to attend Pleasure as Medicine, I would love to support you in a one-on-one session. You have until Wednesday, May 31st to enter, and we'll select 2 winners who will notify through a direct message on Instagram. It's gonna be a juicy week. I would love to have you. In December 2020, I had the idea, basically, that I knew what I wanted to do for work, and I could hire someone to create the marketing engine to bring me those people. So I showed them who I was, they created it, and when I refreshed that website, I knew I had made a big mistake. Billion X Evolution. I still kind of love it. I get where they were going. My body hated it. I knew it wasn't me. It was missing the earth. I couldn't have said that at the time. It was missing the ground. It was promising things. Now, of course, there have been many red flags along the way. And it's all part of the journey, a very expensive, precious mistake. I made a mistake because I thought I had to do things in a certain way. And quite honestly, whether I'm talking about my sex life or my business or my friendships, all the mistakes kind of come down to I don't have confidence in my own self, so I give it away, I give the power away, and something not very good happens and I learn. This is kind of how it goes. It's a conundrum that so many of us face. But the reason for this story here is about the freedom of expression that is possible for us and that unlocks energy. Because marketing was draining my energy because I saw it as something I had to do to be able to do what I do now. And so then what I did, I laid off that company. Big exhale. And I started a 100-day creatives workshop led by Seth Godin and the Akimbo team. And the idea was for 100 days in that workshop, every day you ship something, you publish some kind of work. And I started being myself, posting quirky lip syncs and weird conceptual pieces and inner psychedelic experiences and cryptic pieces of music. And at one point, I'm wrapped in saran wrap in a tree doing this chrysalis. Am I a chrysalis in a cocoon, or is it kink, or what is this? Defying definition. And for those 100 days, I unlocked energy. Unlocked. I purged. And what happened? I made connections that I have till this day. I made beautiful music with a collaborator who I adore. I met magical friends, clients, had a fair number of people who were attracted to me in that program romantically. Like, all the things happened because I unlocked who I really was and didn't try to do marketing. This was a really, really, really important part of my journey. And it was highly life force energy, highly sexual. It became like so absorbing because I was allowing myself to do exactly what I wanted every single day. And I was receiving all these other people doing what they wanted every single day. And we were ricocheting off each other. It was just fantastic. But I no longer believe that there is a way to do marketing, and I need to learn how to do it. There are principles and frameworks that are immensely helpful, and I'm constantly thinking of ways to really disrupt those, to do them differently in ways that build all of us up. Because what matters to me ultimately is the energy that I put out there and the energy that's created by what I'm putting out in the world. This is my body of work. Yes, it also serves to support me and to draw in the people who are going to work with me, which is part of my service. But I also know that, for example, I have a free guide to transformational microdosing. It's found at expandwithmicrodosing.com, and it walks you through how to do a microdosing journey on your own, doing inner work in service of an intention. And people have told me that they have used this guide and had very amazing results and built a powerful relationship with the medicine. And this makes me so, so, so happy that everything that's out there is serving. This is my desire. So this happens sexually as well. We say to ourselves, this is okay, this is not okay. Black and whites. The bigger the energy, the more likely we are to have black and whites around it. The more vulnerable we are, the more likely we are to get frozen in fear and have black and whites around it. So, 15 years ago, I would have said, oh God, like BDSM, bad. I was anti-pornography vociferously for a long time. Black and whites. The question really is, can we open up and allow ourselves to consider what we actually want without putting meaning onto it? There's nuance here. Just because we want something doesn't mean we're going to do it. But we have this fear of allowing ourselves to want it. And so it never gets its expression. And so I was fortunate enough to have a partner who was really into pornography in a really healthy way, which was very enlightening, actually, because I realized that a lot of what I didn't like about pornography, because I'd actually never watched it. So I'd never watched pornography, and I had all these judgments about the way that women were treated and the relationship with women and sexuality that was created from pornography that I was bearing the brunt of in my relationships. But what I realized with this man who had such a positive self-esteem around his enjoyment of pornography and invited me into it was that a lot of my feeling of not liking it was a reflection with my other partners who felt so much shame around it, that we were both hating it. We were both hating ourselves. But with him, who liked it, he was able to invite me in, and he said, okay, well, why don't I share with you a few different ones so you could see? And I thought, okay, let's see. And I started to realize that there was incredible breadth. Are there problems with how women are treated in pornography and portrayed? Absolutely. And there's problems with how men are portrayed. And there's problems. And where are there not problems in the human world? There's problems everywhere, right? There's also a lot of beauty. There's also a lot of artistic self-expression. There's a huge amount of variety. So the black and white got shed, and I could actually have an experience, which is a huge energy gain. And so whether it's marketing, money, sex, what form your relationships are going to take, whether you see your family on the holiday, how you celebrate a birthday, all the things where we have the tight perspectives, these are energy losses for us if we don't allow ourselves to consider the possibility that there are different ways of doing things. And so what I really recommend is finding a container in some area, whether it's your weekly therapy or a creative or writing group, where you can really bring yourself not anywhere as you should be, but as you are in all the colors. And this is super juicy when it comes to sexuality, and really well done when it's not with a partner that you're sexually involved with. I mean, that can be fun, but that's like hot. It's hot. It's literally hot. But it's really fun to explore these things in other ways with other people and just see who you really are. To dream about what you want to create in the world, to actually create it with no purpose whatsoever, but that you enjoyed it, and see what happens. I never thought I would be singing. Oh my God, I sing. I'll put in the show notes. I sing. I never thought that any of this would be a reality. And to allow those possibilities frees the conceptions of ourselves so that our possibilities actually become limitless. And we actually have to do it. We have to express it, be it, do it in a place where we feel safe, where we feel this is welcome and it's not coming up against the hot buttons. Because then once we've gone through that, and I did that in the 100-day container, did that in the sexual healing containers, then you come into the world where you have to make your choices about what do you do for Easter. And those are the harder conversations. So you want to have some place where you can be free and explore without taking action in the sense of having consequences to it. Rather, you're allowing your dreams to grow like little flowers and see what they become. If this resonates with you, be sure to subscribe so you get all the juicy episodes to come. And if you have a friend who is deep into their personal growth and healing journey, share this podcast with them too. Now go out and experience the aliveness that's here for you today.